In last video, we talked about the equation of path for the projectile motion. So in this video, what we are going to do is we are going to find out the velocity of the projectile at any instant. Okay, so the velocity at any instant can be found using this. So let's do this. Okay, let's draw our y-axis. This is our x-axis. Okay, so let's have a one projectile over here. By the way, this is a, let me adjust the size of this. This is our object. Okay, so this object is something that we are going to throw, and it will obviously follow this path, right, as we discussed earlier. Okay, so this is a parabolic path. Now the initial velocity is like this. Okay, let's say this is u bar, and the angle that it makes with the horizontal is angle theta. So now I want to find out the velocity at any instant. Let's say maybe I want to find out what is the velocity at this point. Okay, so how will I do that? Okay, so this is our origin here. Okay, so this velocity has a certain direction v bar. Okay, so what is this velocity? To find out this velocity, first let's find out what is the x component and y component. The x component of this velocity will be ux. Why ux? Because I already told you the x directional motion will not be affected by the y directional motion. So ux is u cos theta, that is the x component of this initial velocity. So in the horizontal direction, the velocity is not changing, so it is u cos theta. And in the vertical direction, some velocity will be there. Let's say this is vy. Okay, so this is not uy, by the way, because it will not be same. Okay, this is vy. So what is this vy? So vy can be written as u sin theta minus g into t. So you got it right. So I am using this formula, v is equal to u plus at. Correct. So final velocity is initial velocity plus at. So here initial velocity in the y direction is u sin theta, because the y component of the velocity, initial velocity, is u sin theta. So this is vy is equal to u sin theta minus gt. Now what is the magnitude of this velocity vector? The magnitude of this velocity vector is nothing but the square root of x component square plus y component square. So what do we get here by taking square root? So vx is nothing but the ux square plus vy is nothing but u sin theta minus gt whole square, right? So this is the magnitude of the velocity vector. So if somebody asks you what is the velocity's direction, what is the angle that it makes with the horizontal, let's say this is the angle, some angle theta dash, I don't know what is that angle. So you can find out this angle. Okay, one mistake I have done here, if you observe that if this is the vy component, then it should be little lesser, right? It should be little lesser, so that the velocity in the y direction is like this. So the velocity will be like this. Okay, so what is this angle tan theta? So if I take this theta dash, okay, this is theta dash, not theta. Let me erase this also, so I will write it properly. Let's say this angle, oh sorry, let's say this is our this, let's say this angle is theta dash, so I will write here theta dash. So tan theta dash will be vy divided by ux. So what is vy divided by ux? Vy is u sin theta minus gt. So tan theta dash is equal to uy sine theta minus gt divided by sorry, not uy sine theta, it is u sine theta, right? It is u sine theta. U sine theta minus gt divided by ux, which is u cos theta. Okay, so this is your tan theta dash. So if I write in another way, so tan theta dash will be u sine theta by cos theta is tan theta minus gt by u cos theta. So this is the angle tan theta dash. So if you want to find out theta dash, you take tan inverse of this whole expression. Okay. So this is the velocity and its direction at any point in a projectile motion. Okay. What do you think about the velocity at the topmost part? What will be the velocity at topmost part? The velocity at the topmost part will be having a magnitude of, okay, so let's look at this. Okay, the final velocity Vy should be 0 at the maximum height. Okay, because for a normal vertical motion we have already seen that the maximum velocity Vy, so the velocity at the maximum height is 0, right? So this will be 0, so only velocity will be Vx. So if I put Vy as 0 here in this expression, I will get only Vx, which is nothing but u cos theta. Correct. So that means on the topmost part only the horizontal component exists of a velocity, and that is u cos theta. So whole velocity is u cos theta. Correct.